Hey y'all, hey, Eric with TimetoShrink. Today I have a really fun video. It is all about the air fryer. I am a little bit late to the game with the air fryer. I didn't get one until okay, Hazel, my dog. I didn't get one until a few
Hazel, come here.
I didn't get one until a few months back, and I got a Go Wise. Well, this company reached out to me and said they had a new one. This is Elechomes. They had a new air fryer out on the market. It's just gone on the market on Amazon in the last couple weeks, and they gave me a 40% off code to give to y'all. So this is a really, really good size, and I'm gonna show you throughout this video what I like about it, what I don't like about it. I'm gonna go through all of the details. But just to get us started, I just wanted to kind of go over a few tips and tricks with an air fryer in general. So they also sent me accessories. The accessories don't come with it, they are separate, but this is $119 and 40% off. So 40% off is pretty good. So it came with like this egg cup thing. I guess you could do muffins in it as well, but I did egg cups in it. It comes with this big, almost like a mini Dutch oven. I think you could cook casseroles in this. You know I'm a casserole girl, y'all. There's this little pie pan you could bake in this. This one, I really don't know what this one's for. If y'all know, let me know. And then this comes so that you can do things in 2 levels. So the Elecome air fryer, you just pull out here. It has a basket. This is pretty standard for a lot of air fryers. The basket lifts up and out, and then in the bottom there is a little spin table in this one. You'll see a little later in the video that that's a little bit different than my current air fryer and what I think about that. But I just kind of wanted to go over in the beginning of this video kind of some air fryer tips and tricks that I've learned over the last few months, things that maybe you know, maybe you don't know. Then I'm just going to jump in and show you a lot of the things that I've made over the last couple weeks in the air fryer and how they turned out. Spoiler alert, it turned out really well. Pretty much everything. Like, I'm really loving the air fryer. Tips and tricks with the air fryer, y'all. Okay, one thing is, air fryers can never be pushed back against a wall while working, and you may not have known that. So they vent out of the back. Right here, there's a little vents hot air out of the back. So if you have it pushed into the corner of your kitchen, I would suggest pulling it out somewhere where there's a lot of ventilation to actually use it. Also, air fryers do not have to be preheated. I've tried it preheating and without preheating, and I really get pretty much the same results. So if you don't have time to preheat it, don't worry about it. Sometimes I will just hit the button, go ahead and turn it on while I'm prepping other stuff, and then it's super hot when I put it in, but it doesn't seem to need that as a regular oven. Also, if you are doing things that are very, very fatty, such as bacon, bacon goes so quickly in this air fryer. If you're doing things such as bacon, you will want to put a little bit of water in the bottom underneath your air fryer. It keeps the smoke. If you're doing a lot of fatty foods, sometimes you can get a little bit of smoke, so that is something that you can do to prevent that. Another great tip for air fryers is you don't have to cook with a lot of oil. You can use some oil, but you don't need a lot. But one thing to never do is spray it with like the PAM spray. Any kind of spray that has a propellant in it can mess up the non-stick. So if you have like an avocado spray that doesn't have any propellant in it, you could use that. You could use a little butter. You can actually buy parchment paper liners for these that have holes in them so that the air can still get through it, just for an easier cleanup. The basket is pretty non-stick, but things do stick just a little if you don't oil them. Another great thing about it is it's super compact, doesn't take up a lot of space. One of my very favorite things is it is hot in the South, so hot, and this keeps me from having to use my oven. Between my Instant Pot and my air fryer, I really don't have to use the oven in the summer unless I want to. You can bake cookies in this, you can bake bread in this, you can bake casseroles in this, you can roast things, you can cook a steak, you can cook French fries, you can reheat things. That's another amazing thing about this. My teenagers love to be able to use it to reheat like leftovers, or to do pizza pockets or other kind of like frozen foods that are not good in the microwave but take so long in the oven. Everything is so much quicker in this. Another tip is when you're cooking things in the air fryer, it will usually cook at about 25 degrees less of a temperature than what you would do in the oven. So don't like kill your food with the air fryer by overdoing the temperature. Some things are great at the 400 degree thing, like if you're roasting or you're trying to get like a really good crispiness on something. But if you're doing a chicken that you would normally do at 375, don't do it at 400. Do it at 375 or 350 and you'll get much better results. You get really, really good crispiness with this. Really, really good crispiness with every temperature that I've used, really. And then it even hard boils eggs, y'all. I did not like it as much as the Instant Pot, but it was something that was pretty quick. Let's see, what else do we want to say? Oh, another tip that I learned is do not overcrowd the basket. There are a couple situations where you can put a bunch of stuff in there. Like if you're gonna do like some French fries or some chicken nuggets that are frozen already, I have layered them on top and then every 5 minutes give it like a little shaky shake. But if you're doing something that needs space to crisp up, normally it does in here as well. So I've gotten away with chicken nuggets and French fries, but when I try to stack zucchini fries, for example, never crisped up. They still tasted good, but they didn't crisp up. So give it space. One of the reasons to get accessories is you can layer like this so the air can circulate. So I could put some stuff here and some stuff on this layer and the air could still circulate. So remember, this works on circulating air. So you don't want to put like a big piece of parchment paper in the bottom of it without holes in it, or stack things on top of each other because it keeps that air from circulating. I've seen a lot of people say with tips and tricks to definitely preheat it. I haven't found it to be all that important, but a lot of people say that they get better results with preheating. I don't know. I haven't necessarily found that to be the case, but when I think about it, I do go ahead and preheat. I wanted to talk a little bit about the differences. This is the one, the Go Wise is the one I've had for a long time. This is the one, Elechomes, that I got recently. This basket, I think the basket sizes are pretty similar. This one may actually be a tiny bit bigger. This one comes off like this. So there's the basket. And then inside it, it's a little dirty right now because we've been using it, but it comes with this little spinner thing. It comes off, so for cleaning, it's all non-stick, but this little guy is hard to clean. A little harder to clean. So that just snaps right in. So there's that one. This one has a tray at the bottom. It doesn't have that snap in and out. I feel like it would be less likely to have a breaking situation because it's just one piece, and then in the bottom it's just flat in this one. This one doesn't have that spinny thing. So
it's to clean. So
it's way easier to clean this. Stuff doesn't stick quite as much, even though they're both non-stick, and the bottom is definitely easier to clean. So far, I am loving how even this one cooks. I really like it. But this one costs about $100, 90 bucks. We looked it up. I think like
90 bucks.
87 or I don't know, somewhere around $90. This one costs about $119, but I have a 40% off discount for this one. So if you are in the market to buy one, I think they're both great. I've kind of shared some pros and cons, but I do think this one cooks a little more evenly maybe. It cooked fish beautifully. This one, however, does have a dehydrator button. So let me turn that on. So, I'm gonna turn them both on so that I can we can look real quick. See, this one has air fry, roast, broil, bake, keep warm, reheat, dehydrate, and grill. So I love that it has a dehydrator, and I also love that it has a keep warm. This one has just the up and down for the temperatures. And then it has like a French fry, a chicken, a fish, a steak, a shrimp, and I guess that's a bake. It just doesn't have quite as many buttons and features. It doesn't have the dehydrate or the keep warm. So there's the differences that I've noticed so far. So that's just some of the tips and tricks that I have learned, y'all. I love that there are so many things I can cook in it. I can roast veggies. I did carrots. I've done broccoli. I've done breaded cauliflower. I've done, oh my gosh, you can do fried pickles. It does really well with like a baked fried item, you know, so like bread it and instead of put it in oil, put it in this. So breaded cauliflower bites, breaded pickles, breaded chicken. I've had great success with all of those as long as you give it space for it to circulate. So all of that said, I'm really enjoying my air fryer. I love it so much, and I am just going to jump now into a hodgepodge of all the different things I've made in the air fryer over the last couple weeks. I am making some mandarin orange chicken. This is just orange frozen chicken from Trader Joe's. I put 3 bags in here, and we are going to turn it on. 400 fry. 20, we won't need that. Let's try 15 and see where we end up. Do I have to put power? I don't know. Nope, I think it just goes. There we go. So I went back and did it again. You do have to hit this power button. Learning. All right, so here is our fish. It looks like it's done. I did it on the fish setting, y'all, and it looks really good. It's flaked. Oh, I flaked this one to see if it was done, so that's why that one fell apart. It looks nice and flaky. Yum. Turn her off. All right, we are going to air fry some zucchini. So we've got that going at 400. Let's start that heating up. I've got zucchini cut up here like French fry style, and I have olive oil. It's a garlic olive oil and garlic and herb. I'm gonna shake this up really good, and then I'm gonna add some cornmeal breading to this because that's what I have because we're at the beach. Okay, at home I would use Trim Healthy Mama flour, or I would use almond flour, but here this is what I had. We're at the beach, so I used some cornbread mix. I'm gonna throw that in here, I'm gonna toss it around, and we are gonna put it in this hot air fryer. All right, so we've got our zucchini fries in here coated with the cornbread. We're gonna shut that back, and it's gonna resume. I'm guessing this is gonna take about 10 to 15 minutes, but we will check it every 5 and kind of give it like a shaky shake. Yeah, I was trying to do some zucchini fries, but I should have just done them in 1 layer. They're a little soggy because they were not done in 1 layer. I'm gonna let them cool a little bit, and I'm gonna try them, but this was a little bit of a fail. I should have just done 1 layer at a time. All right, so it says there's 5 minutes left. Let's open. Ooh, those look really good. All right, those are looking really good, y'all. We're gonna go in for just a couple more minutes. I just pulled these out. They are browned perfectly. They look so good. I'm gonna let them cool just for a little bit because they have a lot of feta cheese in them. So here's dinner, y'all. Greek meatballs. They've got some pickled red peppers and Greek seasoning and feta cheese, and then the tzatziki sauce. So yummy. Okay, for dinner tonight, we are going to do peppers and onions and some marinara. So I just have these green, red, and yellow peppers, and then I've got some Italian sausage from Costco. There's 10 of these. They're pretty frozen. They've only been sitting out for like half an hour. I forgot to set them out. So we're gonna see what happens. I do meatballs from frozen, so we're gonna try it. I just preheated this, so we are just going to go with 400 for, I'm gonna guess 15. It may end up being longer because they're frozen. So we've got that ready to go. It's that simple, and we're just gonna dump these in. Okay, so these are in here. I don't like to crowd this much. I probably should do 2 less, but I wanna get them all. So let's see what happens. There we go. We'll check back in about 10 minutes probably and see how they are. And at that point, we'll probably add our veggies. Okay, y'all, so this is what it's looking like after about 10 minutes. I think they're pretty close to done. One thing that I forgot to tell y'all that I did when I remembered was to poke a few holes in each one to let some of that fat escape. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump in our onions and peppers, or I guess it's just peppers, no onions, and see what we can, if this cooks okay the rest of the way. We're gonna go another 5 minutes and then check. Okay, so it's been about 5 more minutes. We're gonna pull this out. I'm just gonna toss it real quick, put it back in for a couple more minutes, and then I think we're gonna be good. I would say those are good. They look really good. So this was a total of 20 minutes, y'all, from frozen. How much easier can it get? Oh my gosh. Plus, it's amazing to not have to run your actual oven in the South when it's 500 degrees in the summer. wanted a really quick lunch today because I'm meal prepping, so I'm gonna try out hamburgers in the air fryer. I have never done this before. So these are two, I think, 1/4 pound Kobe beef burgers. I use this Fresh Jack's Grill Master seasoning on it and some Worcestershire. I also preheated this, so this is already pretty hot. So we're just gonna set these burgers in here. I'm gonna use the steak. I'm gonna use the steak setting, and I think we'll probably do 10 minutes. Okay, this was about 7 minutes, y'all. Actually, I think they're still really, really raw in the center, so we're gonna go for another couple. All right, y'all, it's been 10 minutes for these burgers. I feel like they're still on the medium rare side, probably. I'm gonna let them sit before we cut into them, but both of my guys like medium rare. If you wanted to put a piece of cheese on this and put it back in for a minute to melt it, you could do that too, but this is gonna be lunch. So here is our cheeseburgers out. I cut into one so y'all could see the middle. It is a perfect medium rare, which is exactly what my boys like. So 10 minutes in the air fryer on the steak setting, and it's perfect when we put a piece of cheese on one of them. Looks so good. And that was so quick and easy. Okay, I'm gonna make some bacon. If you're making lots of bacon or something with lots of fat, a trick is to put about 1/4 cup of water just in the very bottom. This, I just made hamburgers, so that's why it's a little greasy. But if you're doing something with a lot of fat, smoke, we don't want that. So we're gonna put this piece on top, and then we're just gonna lay in our bacon. Now, y'all, bacon crisps really well in here. Even if you kind of stack it on top of each other just a little bit, it's gonna shrink down. So I just kind of layer it. We're gonna shut it. We are going to do it on the meat setting, 400 degrees. Start, and I check it in like every 5-minute intervals usually and see if anything needs to be shaken. But the little water in the bottom is a great trick with things that are really fatty like bacon. Okay, we are gonna make some hard-boiled eggs in our air fryer. I have never done this before. I've looked it up, and everywhere says 270 degrees for 15 minutes. So I preheated it so it's nice and hot. There's 15 minutes. And I guess you just lay your eggs. I mean, I don't know how you make them stay. I don't guess it matters. I think we're just gonna do 6. We're gonna put 6 eggs in here. Shut it. Oops, it was already going. There we go. 15 minutes. All right. Look how these eggs are like a disaster. They were not easy to peel. I got one. Almost perfect, but these were not easy to peel, y'all. These are actually a little under for egg salad probably, but it'll work. See how the yellows are still not completely set? That's perfect eating egg though, just for hard-boiled eggs. But I feel like egg salad, and I think it'll work. All right, we've got our cauliflower all shaken up, and we have our 2 air fryers. This is my old air fryer. This one over here is a new one that I'm reviewing, and I'm gonna have a 40% off in the description for you. If you need an air fryer, 40% off is a lot, y'all. So anyways, we're gonna use both of them so that we don't have to do it in as many steps. Let's throw this in here. So we're just gonna throw these in here. I don't want them to be, I probably should pull out one at a time. Oh well. I don't want to overcrowd the pan. So I'm just kind of throwing them in there, but I don't want to overcrowd the pan. So we're just going to spread them out in one even layer. I'm hoping that I can just do this in 2. It's okay if they're touching, but you don't want to put them on top of each other that much. I have a feeling this is one that we're going to have to kind of shaky shake. Going in. Going in. We're going to do air fry. Why is this one?
Got unplugged.
Got unplugged. We're going to do air fry. This one doesn't have an air fry button. It just has all of these. But the French fry seems to be the 400 setting. And then I'm gonna think these are gonna take like 10 minutes, but we'll see. There we go. We have the battle of the air fryers going on. Let's see which one we like better. This was the Go Wise, this was the Elechomes, same amount of time. These are definitely a little more brown. So try one of each, and this is my blue cheese dressing that I made for you to dip it in. Pretty good. This was super easy too. Remember, I just shook it up.
Yeah, these are a little crispier, I guess, but they pretty much taste the same.
Yeah, they pretty much taste the same.
Very good. Those are delicious.
These are so good.
Wow.
Yeah, it's quite good.
Maybe we'll put a little parm. Okay, so success there. I'm just gonna put a little bit of parm on top. It might sink down in, but this is an aged 24-month Parmesan cheese. Okay, now I'm very gently gonna lift this and slide her in there. Okay, now, I think we're probably gonna wanna do it more like what a temperature we would do in the oven. So let's try that. And I have no idea how long this is gonna take. We're gonna do 15, but we'll check it in 10 and we'll go from there. Okay, y'all. These are done. These took about 6 minutes. They're really little, but look how they popped up like little popovers. I feel sure they'll settle back down, but those look so good. We'll try them when they're not so hot. All right, I've got our chicken in here. I ended up going ahead and coating it on both sides because I don't know why you wouldn't. So that's what we did. We're gonna go in the air fryer on the chicken button. And I'm guessing it's not gonna take, I don't know, let's try 18 and check. Now we're gonna put the carrots in another air fryer. I'm just gonna put a little bit of oil, and we're gonna do salt, pepper, and some more of that Italian seasoning. And we're just gonna roast these, or air fry these. So this is the chicken Parmesan, or the crispy Parmesan chicken. The smoked paprika is a little bit on the spicy side. And this is the one that I did only on one side. And then the rest of them, I went ahead and breaded on both sides because I don't know why not. There was plenty of breading. So we've already eaten one whole piece before we showed it to y'all. And then here are the carrots straight out of the air fryer.
That's
they are
spicy.
super sweet and good, but this definitely has some spice to it. It has some kick. Alright y'all, so that's the hodgepodge of things that I've made over the last couple weeks. There are so many more things you can do in the air fryer. Y'all share with me what tips and tricks you have. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you need an air fryer, look down in the link, 40% off. Alright, bye y'all. Be blessed.